at your daughter's breastfitting and a reading came through?
That was for her engagement party, yeah. And it was amazing, just like any other thing when I'm doing, you know.
It happens to you all the time?
Yeah.
So you'll be at a restaurant somewhere and you're like, okay, somebody's out here right now.
The bottom line is, if Spirit needs to get a healing message through, they push me enough to get me to say something.
Are you ever just like, I'm just here to get my nails done?
It never works like that.
Really?
I can try, you know. I mean, it happens, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
What about if you're drinking alcohol? Does it come more at you or like?
I don't read when I drink.
Interesting.
Yeah. But do they still try to come to you? You're like, not now, Spirit. Mama's having a glass of wine.
Right?
It's been a long week.
I might not remember if they try to come through.
But I mean, you and I, we talked about this, that there are this operating in the spirit world, right? That many of us have this, can hear things, that have this voice, that we might have not developed this talent or this skill.
Well, what I've learned is that everyone has a soul bond with their loved ones. So when someone comes for an experience like I explained to you, it's not that I want them to believe in me or mediums. I want them to believe in themselves, that we still have this connection. And that the things that go on around us, we're not crazy. It's not our imagination. It is them letting us know that they're with us at that exact moment.
I find it so comforting and soothing to think I'm at that age where a lot of my friends are losing their parents, and I really like this. You did a reading for Scott.
Yeah, and a friend of mine came through who I lost pretty tragically, one of my very best friends, and it was a very, very, very emotional experience for me. Take a look.
I can feel such a bond between you and him. It's literally, I don't know if you felt this, because I don't feel this often. It's almost like I felt like he hugged my soul, my heart, like I just had this feeling within me. Did you get that feeling? Know that that was his soul that moved through you to let you feel, and I don't mean to sound corny, or the love from him, like how proud he is of you. And it's almost like you pay tribute to him every day. They're okay. They see that you're struggling. Do you understand that? So know that when you visualize him happy.
I can't.
Smiling. But how
I can, but like I can't. I have a hard time feeling like the image maybe of them finding him.
Now look, this is not easy for me to. You have to let that go. How can you heal if you have visualized? And he also said to you that I didn't suffer and I wasn't scared.
So the difficult part in that is that he died pretty tragically, and I found out days after he passed. He was probably alone when he did die, and was a family member found him days after he had died in his apartment. And so there were still a whole bunch of questions about how, the circumstances that led to his death, and this overwhelming feeling, this sensation of like, I should have been there, I could have been there, what could I have done to stop or prevent it? And then you started saying things about our friendship and about jokes and stuff that we had that there's no way you would know because I've not told anybody.
Right.
And it was just like a very clear, this is the experience that is happening, and there's really kind of no denying it for me. It was a mind-blowing experience.
But that's the thing. You know, there might be a lot of things, burdens and guilt that we might carry from the loss of a loved one. But what I ask Spirit to do is to validate it with something unique to the person that they're speaking to, that there is no question that it is them.
And in the middle of your unbelievable reading that I know gave you so much closure and has to be still emotional and raw right now, so I appreciate you being out here, is what happened where all of a sudden you got another reading for somebody on our team?
We're in the room, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is getting a little intense. And she said, hold on a second, there's somebody out. It literally started getting a reading for someone else.
Yeah, it was a closure for, he just lost
his father.
His dad, yeah. But see, that's the thing. Spirit can feel, this is hard. It's not easy even for me to feel someone's pain, sorrow, loss, and grief. And then in the next moment, like your friend had us doing, laughing. Yeah. Bringing up all these moments. But that's the thing that I love about them the most. So I could feel you starting to get nervous, like, oh my God. So it's like, okay, let's, if there's something else that can happen.
Well, that's what she said, so y'all used to, did y'all go to like sporting events? I was like, mm-mm. She said, parties. I said, okay, all right, okay. That was good, that was real good.
But what got me, and it's so interesting on like what gets me, because this is what I do for a living, like when he said that you guys had a special greeting, like a special hug and handshake.
Okay.
Like, how crazy is that?
That you even knew that.
Yeah.
This season with Tatum O'Neal, did Farrah Fawcett come through?
Yeah.
And what was said?
I don't remember, but I remember it was all just about, they were just such loving moments, you know, and just such healing messages. You know, basically what all messages from Spirit is just validating that they're at peace, that we're okay. And it's okay that we move on, even though they're gone.
Have you ever had moments, experiences in what you do that you say, maybe not, maybe I can't share this, maybe they're not ready for this?
Sometimes I say, how am I supposed to say this? You know, how am I supposed to tell someone that loses a child that it's okay to live life, or someone that loses their spouse and that to move on with somebody else? I mean, it's not easy. I always say this, I make what I do look easy. You know, it's the hardest thing that I have to do, but I wouldn't trade what I do for anything in the world. I consider it such an honor and a privilege to do what I do. And to, you know, even watching your clip, I lived that with you. Yeah. And I was getting emotional.
All over again.
You know, and it's just...
It was when you said the hug that really
was special.
It was very special.
You're special, Theresa. Great to
you.
see you as always. I'm glad life is going so well for you. Life is a wild ride. You've been such a friend to our show.
Well, you can catch Long Island Medium Fridays on TL.